I think we're live. We're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Creator Talk. I'm Rick. He's Ryan. And we are going to be your hosts for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We're just laughing backstage, everybody. So we got a couple of guests tonight. We got Harrison Huan with his new channel, and we got Ethos Investing Dan that you guys have probably seen. He's been a guest of ours a few times here. So they're going to be jumping on board with us later on. We've got Ryan only here for probably 10 to 15 minutes. He's pushing. He's working on fumes right now. So he's got daddy duties to do. So we are going to be just basically, we're going to talk about right now about what's going on in the economy recovering and also what's going on with our channels. And then, like I said, we're going to have our two guests jump on when Ryan jumps off. So guys, if got any questions at all, roll them out there. And you guys want to say, talk about?
Jenna asked, where have I been? I was in his Discord a little bit yesterday, talking stock with a few people. I am only going to be on a short time tonight. In all honesty, guys, Gen X asked, where have I been? We're in the process of bringing on a product manager to our company. And long story short, he's bringing over a lot of business, and it's like all hands on deck. I was all day Saturday, helping to essentially, like, we're building out restaurants, and we'll negotiate deals. If there's existing equipment there, we'll remove it, and we'll give them some credit for it. So we have a monster project. The total build out of this restaurant will be $4.5 million. We won't get that, but the equipment contract will be about $450,000. So it's pretty exciting. So we were doing that, and then last night I was at my warehouse till about 11 o'clock at night. And then only to be back there at 7 o'clock this morning. And it's just been an insane amount of work. So that's why I literally physically need to get sleep. I came home to a 4-month-old who was up most of the night too, so I didn't get too much sleep. So definitely just tired, but excited to be here for the short time I am. Rick's always good energy, and it's always good to see my YouTube family.
Yeah, good to see everybody here, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. And we do this every 2 weeks, as you guys know. So, I mean, it is a pleasure to see everybody, come together, whatnot, every 2 weeks. So we just want to do a quick update on what we're doing on our channels. We want to quickly talk about the Canadian and the U.S. economies improving, getting better, getting back to full steam again. And then, like I said, we've got two guests. We got Harrison and we've got Dan talking about their channels afterwards. And this is exciting as well, too, guys, because with their channels, they're new. So this would be great. So I think if everybody can make their comments and to help them out along throughout this evening, if they have any questions or anything, if we can all rally together as a community and really help them out, that'd be really, really cool, beneficial for them. So they should be on in the next 10 minutes or so. We're going to pull them in backstage. Okay. So Ryan, how are things looking in the economy where you are in Florida right now?
Economy is coming back alive. There's been a lot of businesses reopening. Palm Beach County, I think they're going to open. We're going into phase 2, which will include opening bars and nightclubs. We've, like everyone else, and we'll kind of like softly and very gently talk about, we've had a lot of like downtown areas been shut down early due to the protests and the curfew. So that's kind of curtailed some business, but everything has been extremely peaceful in our town. The police officers, the community, the protesters all seem to be being heard. You're seeing civil disobedience. You're seeing, there's some, which is interesting. You're seeing some businesses get people telling them, like, for example, there's a group of artists that play different, bar scenes, and they're saying that we wanted to donate all of our money to X, Y, and Z charity associated with the protest. And businesses that are refusing to do that, like, they're starting to say, well, no longer patronize these businesses. Like, so you're starting to see civil disobedience. Not really disobedience, just civil protests, which, and how people spend their money in our economy, which is very interesting. So that's been good. That's been good. Stock market's been on fire. Blood Phantom had a great video today. He is crushing it. I think he will surpass 200,000 his portfolio this year, even without really putting money in. He's not even putting money in, and he's crushing it. I gotta.
Where can we buy his course, Alex? Where can we buy your course?
No. So it's been pretty wild.
So we got the first question of the night. Gen X. Ryan, what do you think? What are your thoughts on Nicola when you have a
that's my video this Sunday. Really be sure to check it out. I think a lot of people who are, very high on Nicola are going to learn a lot about hydrogen fuel hydrogen fuel cell technology, and if we really even need it. And we'll learn a little bit more about battery technology. Tesla Battery Day is coming up soon, and I'll leave everyone with a little cool thing that they're going to be doing. The science really is there's dry electrodes and wet electrodes. Typically, in the battery process, they use what's called the wet electrode process. But Tesla purchased a company called Maxwell, which does dry electrodes, which makes the batteries more energy dense, so they're lighter, and they're going to be releasing a 1,000,000-mile battery. So this battery, essentially, they're going to warranty up to 1,000,000 miles. And on top of that, because it's such a durable battery, your battery for your Tesla, this is going to be all in Battery Day. It's probably the biggest day in automotive history. When you own a Tesla, when you plug it in at nighttime, energy is very cheap. So you're essentially buying energy at nighttime. What you can do during the day, you can sell it back. You can do this every day, and you can sell it back at a higher price and still saving other people that consume energy money. So they call it, I'm very tired. It's called auto bidder. So you bid at night, you buy your energy cheap, and then every day, it's like selling stocks, but like super easy. You know, that energy is more costly during the daytime. So owning a Tesla is only going to make you money.
It's unbelievable. Most were liabilities. Vehicles used to be such liabilities, and now Tesla's assets. It's incredible. Yeah. So what are you taking on? Are you going to do any investing into Nikola, or what do you think?
I don't want to give away my whole video, but all these people probably still support me anyways. But the company really doesn't. If it has a very small opportunity at a very small market share if hydrogen fuel cell technology is a thing, because the Tesla Semi is in beta right now. It's being tested. It's getting about 600 miles with payload. So you have Nikola with their hydrogen fuel cell technology getting 750. So it does outrange it by about 150 miles. But the economics don't really support it because it's going to be much more costly to buy hydrogen because hydrogen you have to make it. So there's an energy process that needs to be exhausted to make hydrogen. You have to do electrolysis, and to do electrolysis, you need energy from somewhere else. So you need to use solar, gas power, and then you have to make it, and then you have to ship it out, and you have to pump it. It's never going to be more efficient than just a battery accepting energy. So if you follow the rule of first principles, it will never be able to be more efficient than battery. And if battery can continue on its exponential growth of being extremely energy efficient, then when you had cars 10 years ago, they weren't only going 100 miles. Tesla has cars going 500-600 miles just on battery. So it's very unlikely for Nikola to grab much market share. And their market cap now seems like it's at 12-13 billion. It's gonna be extremely hard. They're going through their hype cycle. I wouldn't buy it now, and if it crashed, I may get interested. For example, NIO had a good week. They're starting to prove they've hung around for a while, but they're gonna get smacked pretty hard. Especially there's a lot of warrants out for the stock. So once a lot of these shareholders, when the stock's extremely in the money, they start taking profits. They're gonna start diluting other shareholders. So that's been what I've been talking on my channel. We'll see if I'm right. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Nikola will just continue to go up and put Tesla out of business. We'll see.
We'll see. So don't give away much for your video on Sunday. All looking forward to it. Usually it's at 11 o'clock on Sunday mornings?
It'll be right at 11 o'clock. I already actually shot it. So if I'm not too tired after I hop off here, I might start putting it together.
Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. Okay. So, I'm along for the ride on Nikola as well. I've got a couple hundred shares, so we're going to see how that pans out over the next little while. It'll be fun. It's one of those fun little growth stocks to watch. Our economy here in Canada right now, funny enough, just this afternoon, we were going to, we're putting our cottage on hold. We were going to try out Airbnb our cottage this summer. So we actually had a couple of families that wanted to rent our cottage, but we couldn't confirm anything because we're still in a state of emergency till the end of this month in our province of Ontario here in Canada. But just about 3-4 hours ago, they open it up so that you can now rent out your cottages. So we'll see if that pans through and works out and whatnot. So these are some exciting times. Like this is like the slow growth back into the economy, getting everything going again. It's so fun. You never know every day.
Rick, have you ever said a time in your life, "This is so great"? Have you ever not said that? The economy. We've been doing this for a while. When the economy is crashing, you're like, "This is so great. Economy's opening. This is so great."
There's positive in anything. There's been a couple times in landscaping where I let a guy do a job and I came back and like, this is not so great.
I want to ask a question to Dave. So he says Nikola is not a Tesla competitor. I want to first I'll say like why I think they are, because they're both in the semi-trucking business. Yeah. And I should have prefaced it by saying most of shipping, trucking, semi-shipping is 250 miles daily. So so if they're not a competitor, which they'll be competitors in most markets, let's say for some reason hydrogen fuel cell technology is so great it can go 800, 900 miles. Like it's amazing. But then there's such small market share which it will actually be needed for, because if let's say a battery for some reason is insufficient, that route that needs to be traveled is the major market. So I do think that they are vast competitors, and I do think that Tesla will battery technology will continue to improve and be similar to an energy source like hydrogen or diesel, and I think they're relatively close. And plus the cost savings will make it a no-brainer. And plus, if the Tesla huge batteries with auto-bidder technology, how much money could those huge batteries make you when they're not running? To me, it's a no-brainer. And that way, I didn't even talk about the hugest disruptor to trucking is autopilot technology, which Tesla has the best in the planet. And Nikola
doesn't end with you.
So I don't know why anyone's excited about Nikola. They're not excited about
another option out there. Startup company, another option. Just getting fossil fuels, gas guzzling vehicles off the street. I don't know about where you are, but last week when we came home from the cottage, we can feel it. So when we start getting into the city of Toronto, I can feel it on the east side going to the west. In my eyes, in my nose starts plugging up as soon as I start hitting that traffic where the Highway 401 diverts into Collectors and Express. It is unbelievable. In the last few trips up there, because of minimal traffic, hasn't happened. It's been beautiful. It's been amazing. It's been great. The smell in the air. But
well, let me ask this question. Will the next car you buy, will it be a combustion engine? Is going to be a
Tesla truck.
Look at the world's changing.
It is so true. It's absolutely.
And it's going to happen so fast. Like I talked about one of my videos about the diffusions of innovation. Like once, like a new technology can break through like a 2% threshold of adoption, like it's like bam, like once 2% adopts it, like the masses then say, okay, it's proof of concept. The early adopters proved it, and then they're like, wow, this is like so much better. It's so much cheaper to operate, so much better for our planet, so much more energy efficient. So I think a lot of people right now, next car is likely going to be battery. Not a lot of but new car sales. I think that you have to say you're like, that's what was me. Like I couldn't take myself to go buy another internal combustion engine car. I had too much curiosity about Tesla.
Absolutely. And Tesla, great company. It really is. I mean, at the end of the day, we tease you a lot, Ryan, but you know what? It is a great product. It's a great company. So if you want to bail pretty soon, then by all means. I know we got Harrison and we got Dan waiting here in the back for all of us to talk about their channels. So if anybody else wants to throw in anything about Tesla or the economy or questions for us about our channels or whatnot, considering I'm still on hiatus, and obviously Ryan's taken over where I left off, and he's going nuts here. So we got some new people here. Thank you very much for joining us, guys, here tonight. Great to see Victor as always. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. This is awesome.
I want to answer Gen X's question and make sure I understand it properly.
Got it.
He goes, Ryan, do you know did you know how hydrogen performs in city versus highway relative to Tesla estimates? Do you know if hydrogen battery does better at last mile or sustained speeds? So hydrogen, do you know this hydrogen battery? So to my understanding, and I've been trying to learn, I know a decent amount about battery technology. I'm definitely not, an engineer of sorts, but and I'm learning more and more about hydrogen. To my understanding is that even Trevor Milton, the former, now he's already gave up his company. Trevor Milton, the CEO of Nikola Motors, he's already stepped aside. That he even concedes that battery technology is incredible for 300 miles, but his biggest gripe with it is that after 300 miles, more batteries is more weight, and this can never be solved. It's just always, this is how it is, so it's how it's always going to be, which is not true. We see that batteries, that use different kinds of metal, and I know like the heaviest metal in the battery is called cobalt, and like that's always, everyone wants to like create batteries with the smallest amount of cobalt possible. So anyways, but how they perform, I think the hydrogen really only kicks in. I'm going to finish this question. I'll let these guys jump in. Hydrogen really only performs after the 300-mile rate, but I could be wrong. There's hydrogen fuel cars on the road right now. Toyota has come out with them, and they sell horribly. Tesla crushes them. So anyways.
Hey, always good to hear your insights, man. You've done your research, you know your stuff, Ryan. So we just want to bring on, obviously, Dan, who's been a guest of ours a few times before, right down here. Hey, Dan, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, guys.
Yes, his new channel is Ethos Investing. And Harrison, how's it going?
I'm good. How are
you guys? Board. We've met recently, and great to have you on board. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to spend some time here, just wrapping up a bit with Ryan. Ryan, if you're okay, please hang out. Obviously, I want to talk about your channels. We've got a bunch of questions for you.
Yeah, I'm quickly going to say hi and bye. I don't know if you guys were here earlier, but I haven't gotten much sleep. But gentlemen, I will be popping on. I'll be in the live chat. I'm going to sign off though. You guys enjoy the show. And Rick is an awesome host. Rick, I'll catch you in 2 weeks. All right, brother?
Thank you. Absolutely. I'm sure sooner than that. But hey, take care. All right, let's do a bit of a change here then. We're going to go straight into your channels. So everybody, Dan and Harrison have got new channels. Here's a quick update. You guys started them, what, a couple weeks ago, more or less?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sick here. Hang on. You're all set up. So we want to talk about your channels. We want to hear about your channels. If there's any questions or if there's any input from everybody here, if you guys can just throw it in the comments with any challenge that you guys have got as startup creators, please throw it out to the community. We have an amazing community here, very knowledgeable people that can probably help you guys out, grow, get some more subscribers, make things easier for editing, whatever the case may be. I think it was, yeah. So anyways, without further ado, Dan, why don't you start and tell us a bit about your channel, the name of it, and exactly what it's all about.
All right. Thanks so much, Rick. As most of I probably know quite a few people in the chat. I'm Dan with Ethos Investing. Launched the channel approximately 3 weeks ago. Obviously, it has an investing nexus, but one of my other thrusts based on 17 years of experience is a focus on resiliency, motivation, and leadership. I work for a fairly large organization where I'm the vice chair of our supervisory committee. So what I'm trying to do is convey some of that know-how and expertise into the channel. I see a lot of people focus predominantly on, I've made this much money, my portfolio's gone up 25%, but they don't look at the other side of it, and that's your physical and mental resiliency and your mindset. And I think that goes hand in hand with success. People chuckle, but I say, without health, there is no wealth. You have to take care of yourself. You have to make sure you're physically and mentally resilient, especially in times that we're dealing with currently. Right. I think that basically sums up what my channel's about and where I'm trying to head. And that also started this past week where I launched my first episode of a new series called Market Motivation, where I did a deep dive on resiliency and breathing techniques to help people cope with the stressors of daily life, both within the market and outside of it.
Awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear. Harrison, tell us about your channel and how long ago did you start it?
All right. My name's Harrison. I run a channel called Harrison Huan. I think I started around 2 weeks ago. I've just been brainstorming a bunch of content, and I recently posted a video just to get it started. I'm mainly trying to connect with youth and people who are very interested about investing in finance, and I'm doing more of like a broader cover of financial literacy with a focus on investing, if that's what my viewers want to see. And I'm just going to be mainly doing a lot of things that growing up that you should be learning about, things like credit, things like paying for your first house, how to get started investing, budgeting. It's going to be a whole bunch of just financial content with an emphasis on investing. Yeah.
Excellent. So both of their channels, guys, I'm going to put the links in the description below. It's Harrison Huan, Huan, and Ethos Investing, Ethos Investing. So actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to post it. I'm going to write it down here in the comments while they're answering the next question, which comes from, hang on, where are we? I just lost it. Gen X has got a question for you. Can you ask them what happened? Oh, sorry, what things have surprised them that they didn't anticipate starting their channels? Great question. Dan, you go first.
All right. Hey, Gen X. Thanks for the question. It's a good one. I did a lot of digging before I finally decided to make the first video and launch. So I had a good idea of some of the hurdles and challenges associated with running one of these sites. But I think I still underestimated how long it takes to create content. It's not a quick process. And I'm a relatively quick study on most things, but when it comes to coming up with a script or outlining a topic and then trying to collect the associated pieces for the video, and then working with my wife to do the editing, it's extremely time consuming. but I will say it's a labor of love, and I think if you're putting out content that you enjoy or that you believe will make an impact and better someone's life, then I think the invested time is all worth it.
Absolutely. Harrison?
Yeah, I definitely agree with all the points that Dan touched on. I feel like it's something that you need to love to be able to be good at, and people underestimate how much work and how much time goes into creating a video. Like my first video was 5 minutes long, and it took me like 3-4 hours to figure out how to edit and how to put music together. And it's just I promise, I hope it will get easier as time goes on with going through the processes.
It will. You'll start learning more and more and more. So right. I took this away months ago from Gen X when he had mentioned on one time it took, Jax, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think you said it took 1 hour for every 1 minute to produce in your video. So, and I use that as a rule of thumb every so often. It's like, I'm nowhere near that. I mean, obviously I'm all over the place, but do you guys find it's kind of like the same with you guys producing from start to finish with one of your videos? Are you finding it's pretty much the same time allocated for 1 hour? Sorry, 1 minute. Does it take you about an hour of work to get that 1 minute video out there? Is that true? Yes or
no? For me, I started producing my second video, and I'm finding that the more time I take, the more quality the video is. Good. The more time I'm putting in, the more nitpicky I can be, and the more organized I can make everything. So that's for my case. Yeah. Good. Dan, what about you? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm very critical of myself, my script, the editing I work on with my wife. So even when it comes to doing my various snippets and takes, if there's the slightest of error, I find myself redoing it again until I feel like it's good enough, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I want to put stuff out that I feel is, the best I possibly can do. Obviously, it's an iterative process, and I'm still learning, how to put things together, make things a bit better, refine topics. But again, with the resiliency topic, I think it's one that's looked over a bit and underappreciated, and it's so important for people to take care of themselves and quite frankly also take care of others around them, whether that's family or friends.
Yeah, Definitely. So what's the big why? Why did you guys start your channels? Harris, you want to go?
Sure. I just want to be able to reach out. Growing up in a family, first generation immigrants, we don't have a lot of financial background in the house. So growing up, I was just witnessing a lot of things happening just because of a bad financial situation. And making this channel, I want to be able to support kids who want to actively go out and change their economic backgrounds, their financial backgrounds. And I just want to make videos that show what I'm doing, because I'm still a kid, obviously, and videos that show my mistakes or what I did that led me to succeed, and hopefully they can sort of emulate that and use it as like a lesson in their career.
Awesome. Good. Dan?
I think my major thrust really, because I had chatted a lot with Gen X and Dave at Hidden Freedom and others, and this is a balancing act between dealing with my family. I have a couple small kids and things like that, but when the rubber meets the road, it's ultimately about me being able to affect others positively. And that's why I come at this with such a positive message, and a message of taking care of yourself and taking others, all while learning and growing from an investment perspective. If somebody looks out to me and it looks up to me and wants me to help them from a mentoring or a leadership standpoint, or just to lend an ear, I think that's the reward I'll gain from this.
Yeah, good. So Gen X is saying, it takes about an hour a minute, and that's what I find. To be honest, it takes a lot of time, right? So, but what's the most exciting? Like, what do you guys enjoy? What's your favorite part? Like, what do you guys enjoy the most about being a YouTube creator right now?
I'll go ahead and jump in.
Sure.
I think obviously I haven't been doing it that long. I've only put out 3 videos, but I think the satisfaction I've got out of this most was just seeing some people's reaction to the last video, and how that touched and affected them. And quite frankly, I was moved especially by the feedback I got from All Good in regard to the most recent topic, and that meant a lot to me.
Good. Harrison?
Yeah, for me, it's also, I just had my first video posted, so it's definitely the feedback aspect. I love like the small community that we have, and so many people just chime in and help me improve. And I really think that every single video I put out is going to keep helping me elevate my game and just keep improving as a creator, and keep interacting with the people in the community.
Got it. All right. So hang on. So Phantom 81's got a question for you, Harrison. It's, what are your main plans for financial independence?
Honestly, it's just everything's uncertain right now. I'm not a homeowner. I'm still a student, but definitely for right now, I just trying to save as much as I can, invest as much as I can, and then once everything gets settled after I'm out of school and I have a set annual income, then I could start thinking about like specificities. But as like sort of like a broad goal, it would be just to retire around 40, 35-ish. And what I'm planning for is just the FI part, financial independence. And I don't have to be tied to working to pay bills and stuff.
So you guys have already had a couple of videos out right now. You haven't had any negative comments yet, have you?
Oh, no.
Not yet. Not yet. They will come. So hang on. So get ready for them. Not yet, though. So guys, okay. So these guys are part of, our Discord, and, everybody in our Discord is, obviously Gen X, he's got the Discord for investors. Gen X, if you can put in the comments, your Discord for anybody watching this now, which I'm sure most of us are part of anyways, but anybody watching in the future, go ahead and do it. But in my Discord and whatnot, that's how I met Harrison, which is great and whatnot. But how else are you guys promoting your channels? Like, what's your game plan? How are you guys getting your name out there? Dan?
Yeah, I think it's a more complex process as I look into it. Obviously, there's a real social media strategy here, but the question is, what works and what doesn't work. And even many of the seasoned folks, I've picked their brains and asked them about various things. I don't think they have it quite figured out yet. So right now I'm in the process of testing various things on Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms to see what resonates, what doesn't resonate, what works, which techniques work. If my video is associated with a certain trend, how could I drive folks to my content based on impressions and stuff like that.
Got it. Harrison?
Yeah, for me, it's still a learning process. I haven't really looked too much into it. I'm aware of like the YouTube algorithm, and I've just been testing out promotion strategies on social media and just referring my friends who I think would find value in the videos. But other than that, nothing too specific.
Got it. Okay, so Janice has got a question for all of us. This is great. So what advice would you give to either someone just starting a channel or someone that already has one? Okay, so I'll go first on this one, since I got a little bit of experience. I've had my channel for maybe 2 or 3 weeks now. Actually, it's been just over a year. So basically, ask questions. That is probably one of the best bits of advice I can give everybody, is to ask questions. If you're not part of Gen X's Discord, jump on it, belong to it, and ask questions. These people are so knowledgeable. Jump on my Discord, jump on and ask questions for anybody that, any other creators that you're watching their videos. Just ask, like, how are you doing? Do you mind if you DM me, say, on Instagram? That's where I get a lot of my communication from, is on Instagram. And just ask them questions outright. Like, how are you promoting your channel? What keywords are you using? What niche are you in? What have you found? It's all, you just got to figure out the systems. If they can help you out, everybody's really helpful in this community. It's amazing. So they're great people, and they're very, very insightful. They've done it. We've all gone through it. And also, don't be afraid to take breaks. Like, seriously, I mean, doing 2 videos a week. I was just talking to one of the guys in our Discord the other day, and he's like, hey, I'm doing 2 videos a week. What do you think about that? It's like, that's a lot. But, just be careful. They take a break every so often. I'm taking a hiatus for the last couple of weeks, and you sit back and you realize you smell the roses. Like, wow, it takes a lot of time of, like, you guys are dedicating, everybody in our community, everybody here on our, that's here talking and whatnot in our comments. We all know it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy and time and creativity to put the content into all of our videos. So don't be afraid to take breaks every so often. But so what advice, if you guys, I mean, you guys are early stage and whatnot, but what do you guys think? What have you guys found already that would be something that you would pass on to somebody else already, a bit of advice? Dan?
I think before you start a channel, I think, one, if it's a finance or investing channel, it's probably easier to like get a little bit of handle on like what that entails. It's okay to make mistakes and fall forward, but some rudimentary knowledge beforehand probably is useful. Another thing is networking. Yeah. It kind of dovetails into what you just talked about, Rick. It doesn't hurt to network with others, even if even if you're not even going to start a YouTube channel. Just do that as common practice. And one of the other things I'm a strong advocate of, whether you're a channel creator or not, is, not necessarily asking others for help, but figuring out ways that you can help others. Because I think if you build bridges that way and you're able to positively affect people's lives or help them in some way, things are going to come back around when you're in a time of need or maybe struggling or whatever the case may be, and somebody's going to step up. Remember, that even if it was a week or 2 years ago, they'll step up and help you.
Definitely. Everybody in the comments right now on this side, this side over here, everybody in the comments, throw in a bit of, advice if you guys can, that we can pass on to Harrison and to Dan right now, that can hopefully speed up the process, get more subs. Everybody check out their channels. If you're on live right now, go check out their channels. If you like it, subscribe. If you're watching it later, check out their channels and subscribe. But anyways, if you guys can, anybody in the comments right now, throw in some bit of advice that would save these guys time, for them moving forward. Okay. And I'll post it right here. Right. And as Cody said, it takes blood, sweat, and tears for this. And it does. Like, it really, really does. You got to do it. It's a labor of love. It's so true. Like, the ROI is so low on this, but who cares? It's so fun. It's so cool to meet everybody, right? Meeting so many amazing people. So, but please throw any bits of advice you guys can in the comments right now. I will post it to help these guys out. So do you guys have any favorite keywords that you guys are using?
Personally, I use like for my videos, it's usually the very popular ones like Robinhood, stock market, investing, passive income, dividends,
Nice, good,
finance. Yeah.
good. Dan?
The same. I have found some like other like non-traditional probably terms. So things like freedom, that seems to resonate with everyone.
Yeah.
Revolution, growth, like personal growth, things like that seem to resonate as well.
Good. Are you guys using anything like TubeBuddy or anything else that will help you guys, give you guys assistance to figure out things? Anything like that?
Not right now.
No.
Yeah.
So I think Ryan uses. I've got it $8 a month, but Ryan uses the free version. So I would recommend it. It helps. It does help. It lets you know what keywords are great, and it gives you some stats on other people's channels and what they're using. It's kind of very, it's pretty helpful in that way. So yeah, are you guys having fun doing this? Are you guys enjoying it so far, or yeah?
Yeah, I feel like if I start putting out content, like I love, like my first video was just an introduction video, but as soon as I get everything else rolled out, I feel like I would definitely love it because I'm putting out videos that could possibly help somebody out. And I think that's very important.
Yep. Dan?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. I think the biggest benefit I've seen so far is that my children think it's really cool. They think Dad's famous. So, my 8-year-old likes to watch, and see how many subscribers I have because she probably knows how YouTube works better than I do. So that's the biggest bit of joy it brings to me. And the other aspect is meeting, a lot of great people. I mean, I can't, state how many great people I've met so far. Just super genuine, nice, helpful, just people that you want to surround yourself with from a positive perspective. Yeah,
that's what it's all about. It's so true. Wyatt, great point. Watch other channels, leave a thoughtful comment, and subscribe. As he says, the best way I've found, having no other forms of social media. Wow, proven model right there. Thanks, Wyatt. That was a great point. It's so true. So true. Gen X is saying, spend 50% of your social media time for networking, promoting, learning, watching other videos in your niche, etc. And 50% creating. Many new people don't know to do the networking, promoting side that he's seen. So yeah, great bits of advice. If anybody else has got more advice, please throw it out there. It'd be great to hear. Great to hear. So what are your goals with your channels then, guys? Like, where do we see you guys a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? What are your goals? Either of you guys.
I can go. For me, it's definitely just to build it as some sort of passive income source. So I could be generating videos. I think ultimately that's a very great goal for a lot of people, is to sort of have it sort of just to keep generating passive income and maybe branch out into other content if the finance content runs dry. I'm sure it won't, but it's just very uncertain at the moment for me, but definitely just gaining passive income would be a huge plus. Yeah.
Got it. So people can jump on your channel, watch you learn, grow from you, watch you on your journey. And, the goal is the fastest income and whatnot. Dan?
I think success. I think success for me is basically not how many subscribers I have, whether or not I'm monetized. I mean, that stuff would be nice, but that's not the primary driver for me. The driver is to put out content that changes lives and helps others. I think the satisfaction I'll get is when I see people reach out to me in a Discord or in a comment and say, hey, that really helped me. I'm in it. I've been in a real tough spot or whatever the case may be. That's the type of stuff that really, really moves me and makes me feel good. Luckily, I'm in a fairly good position financially, so that's definitely not a driver for me.
Good. What equipment are you guys using to film your videos with right now? Dan.
I'm in the market. Sorry, I'm in the market for a mic and a webcam. Actually, I'm just doing some research. Haven't found anything yet. I use Movavi for editing. Then I use Windows Stream Recorder. Nothing fancy.
Got it. Okay, so if anybody in our stream right now in the comments can recommend, you're looking for a camera and a mic. Any suggestions for a camera and a mic? Throw it out there, please. That'd be great. That'd be great. Dan?
Yeah, I think right now I'm using, from an editing perspective, I'm using iMovie on my MacBook.
Nice.
Obviously, if anybody's seen my first 3 videos, I haven't appeared in them. I weighed heavily or not whether I was going to be in them. So if people think I should start, appearing in my videos as opposed to just clips, that advice would be greatly appreciated. The mic I'm using is just built into the machines. Probably not ideal. Sound quality has seemed adequate, but not superb.
Got it. Okay, so Janix is saying Blue Yeti is a great mic. Harrison, there you go.
Look into that.
Awesome. So guys, if you guys could collaborate with anybody at this early stage of your channel's growth, who would it be? Harrison, you're up.
Cool. I think definitely a reach, definitely, but Graham Stephan. I feel like his content definitely helped me get started investing. I think it was like probably a year ago that I found his channel, and so far it's just been amazing growth for me. I never thought I'd be able to reach this level of my portfolio, my assets, my net worth, where I'm at now. Definitely
good.
Surprising, yeah.
Good. Dan?
This is going to sound weird, but I probably would like to, I know this wouldn't happen, but I'd like to interview Gen X on my channel. Just to pick his brain from a life lesson perspective. I've had a lot of conversations with him, and I think he has a lot to give from a standpoint of things that work and don't work, from a life perspective, and also from an investment standpoint. I can't say I'm necessarily attracted to many of the very massive YouTubers. There's some good ones out there, but there's some that are more, I don't know what you would say. They're more of like a showman type. So they're entertaining, but I don't know if they're exactly my cup of tea.
Yeah. Got it. So Stock Ninja's got a question for you. How much traction are you two guys getting on your social network?
Go ahead, Dan.
I'll jump in first.
Okay, sorry.
Obviously, like Instagram, that's like everybody wants to follow everybody instantaneously. You come online and then you get flooded by hundreds of requests for followers. So I guess you do get some like impressions there. How good it is. I mean, I'm employing both a posting strategy as well as a story strategy. For this evening's live stream, I posted a story to try and drive some new folks in here. And then, of course, based on like my personal account, I cross post there on Instagram, Twitter. I do that as well. I've seen varying degrees of success from a impression standpoint. I've experimented with various hashtags and things like that to see how well that works. Obviously, if it's something that's applicable and trending rapidly, that's not necessarily good, because your stuff basically, it's kind of like a raindrop in the ocean. If it's trending so heavily, it just gets lost in the sauce. So I think it's better to find something that resonates without as much of a churn. And then, of course, Discord, just chatting with people and things like that. So those are the plus. I don't have a Facebook instance yet. I had Facebook about 10 years ago and decided that, at that point it wasn't for me, because I didn't post a lot, and it was mostly just watching other people post, and most of the posts were negative, and I like positivity. So I just decided to go away from the Facebook. So that's kind of the answer to Stock Ninja's question. Thanks.
Harrison, social media.
For me, I haven't really deployed any strategies just because I'm not that knowledgeable about it. I definitely have only been active on Instagram and Discord. Discord, usually connecting with people, getting advice, and talking about how or what topics they'd like to see, what type of content they'd like to see. Because the communities I'm in, I'm sure they're all fairly similar, and that everything's like finance and investing based. So just the content that would help them out. And in terms of Instagram, just post. I primarily am going to use it for lifestyle posts and sort of update posts, maybe what I'm doing that I won't share on YouTube videos that are very specific and not too broad of a topic. But besides that, nothing much else here.
Got it. All right. 3 reasons why anybody should subscribe to your channel are. Dan, go.
The first one would be that I have, quite extensive experience from an investing perspective, 17 plus years. My channel is going to push positivity, so it's not going to be, the quintessential, rat race or things, something like that. So you're gonna get a little bit different perspective, and I'm putting out content I think that will help people both, from a market perspective and from a personal perspective. And the third thing would be loyalty. I tend to be a very loyal person, so when people subscribe to my channel, they're investing in me, and I, my promise is that I'll, reciprocate and invest in my subscribers and help anybody out that reaches out to me.
Excellent. Like the answer. Harrison, 3 reasons why anybody should subscribe to your channel are, go.
One, I just will connect with literally anybody that finds value in my content, needs more help besides the video that I posted. I really love talking with people. So if you need help on or need more specificity on the content I post, I will definitely reach out. I'll be there for you to reach out to. 2, my content focuses a lot on how you can kickstart your investing journey. So for people who find value in investing or finance, they could definitely see from what I see my mistakes or how I did it, and probably consider doing that in their investing journey. And 3, and this is a hard question.
So I threw it out there.
I'm not even sure what I have to offer yet.
No. It's okay. 2 answers is fine. No worries. That was a good answer. Good job, Harrison. Great job. Hang on. So next we got Gen X, who got a question for all of us. Excellent. If you had to create an online course for others, what topic would you choose and why? Great question. Love it. Dan, you're up.
Yeah, I don't think mine would be necessarily specifically investment based. It would be a mindset set and resiliency course, and just how you would go about taking care of yourself. And maybe it would be an investing course. It would be a course in investing in yourself. So, promoting the right mindset. Whether that's techniques through breathing, exercise, that's what I would focus on. How to lead, when to just get out there and do things, and not to be afraid of taking a leap.
Excellent. Harrison, what would your course be?
I'd probably focus on more of an financial independence. From my standpoint, I see value in a lot of financial information out there. There's definitely a plethora of information for everyone to tap into if you go ahead and research that. My course would probably be a consolidation of all that, bringing that all together, how to use credit cards, how to start investing, how to budget, how to manage your money, just a sort of really a focused, just one place where you can find all your information. I feel like that's very important, and I don't see that I don't see that much anywhere actually, because all the courses are paid for.
Yeah. My online course would be fishing. Yeah, it has to be fishing. You want to take a look at the pike that I caught? Go to my Discord and take a look at the personal photos. That was a fluke, total fluke that I caught that fish. Total fluke. So I'm not into courses. I can't do it. There's my answer. If you guys could do 2 shout outs to anybody in our community, who would it be? Dan, go.
Only 2? That's tough.
Sorry. I said 22. I went 2-2. 22.
There's so many. As I mentioned previously, I've met so many good people, and quite frankly, people I would surround myself with from a long time. Not just from a knowledge perspective, just from but also from just being great people. So I mean, obviously you, Ryan, Gen X, Dave, all good. I could keep going on and on and on. I mean, there's so many good people that have touched me since I really started, participating in the various forums.
Got it. Harrison, how about you?
Same for me. There's too many to choose from. After going inside Gen X's server and moving to your server, just moving around, there's too many people that I've gotten information from and have received help and just like guidance from. You can't choose. It's impossible. Hundreds
Come on,
of people.
Nobody? You don't want to single out anybody? That's okay. And that's totally fine. But what are 3 things that people need or should know about you? Not about your channel, but about you guys. 3 words, I guess, best to describe you, because obviously they're going to subscribe to your channel. They want to get to know about, a bit more about you. So I guess let's say 3 words that would best describe you guys, so that your subscribers know a little bit more about you before they do subscribe to your channel. Dan, 3 words.
Words or things about me?
Words, things about you.
Okay,
Whatever. Best. Yeah.
So a couple different things. Some already know this, but I'm like a big time fitness and exercise nut. I like to run. I like to ride my bike. I just like extreme physical challenges. And that probably goes with, kind of my mindset of overcoming. But quite frankly, it's also a very good way to clear your mind. A second thing would be I love to travel. I've traveled extensively. I've been to almost every state in the nation. I think I'm only missing 2 right now. And I've been to, 40 plus countries. So I'm, I've had the benefit to, and have been fortunate enough to see a lot of the world, experience a lot of different cultures, and engage a lot of people both within the country and outside of the country. And I've been to Canada, Rick, multiple times too. So I like Canada.
Whereabouts in Canada?
I've been to BC. I've been to various places in Ontario,
Nice.
New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. So I've seen a few of the provinces.
Good. Nice. Anybody else that wants to come up to Canada? Get up here. Beautiful country. There's a lot to do up here, man. We're your neighbor. Like, come on up, guys. I mean, have fun with us up here. We're great people.
When the borders back open, we'll come.
When the borders are back open, might not be for a bit longer, to be honest. Doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. Yeah. Anytime soon, that's for sure. So, Harrison, what do people need to know about you?
I'd say 3 things. I'll just keep it simple. I'm super passionate about what I do. So I feel like I could definitely, I don't know what the word is, generate that energy and be able to show that to my viewers. I'm super fun. I'll probably, after I warm up to YouTube, I'm sure I'll incorporate some sort of comedic act into my YouTube channel. And then, like what Dan said, traveling. I want to make traveling videos in the future. I'm saving up for a trip right now. So I think once I get that kick started and I am able to travel, I think I'll definitely make videos about traveling as well. Because that's also something that I've been wanting to do as a kid. And I'm starting to just get into it and get the chance to do it. So I think that would be very fun.
Excellent. Great answers, guys. Great answers. We'll start wrapping up here right after I answer Blood Phantom 81's question. Canada's so massive, it's true. Second largest country in the world next to Russia. Best city to visit there? All of them. They're all very different. They're all very, very different. Every city has its own unique feel to it, and it's they're all a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun for different reasons. Oh man, can you get a dual citizenship with Canada? Absolutely, for sure. For you, Jerry, anything. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. Just get on up here. You got a place to stay. The keys under the front doormat for you. Just come on up, and we'll figure out how to get you a dual citizenship. So, wrapping up tonight. Closing remarks. What would you guys like to say to your, to the community, to your community? And is there anything else that, everybody here can actually give back as advice or anything like that that you guys would like to say in closing remarks? We got 5 more minutes. Dan, if you want to start, and if there's any comments, I'll post them for closing remarks. What do you think?
Sure. I would just encourage anybody to check out my content, engage with me. Even if it's for something, outside of like the sphere of YouTube. If you have questions on leadership, exercise, if you need like somebody to chat with, any of that stuff, just reach out to me. That could be in Discord. It can be via email. But yeah, I'm here to help. That's the whole purpose of my channel, to get, quite frankly, get folks, at a very young age to invest, but also for folks of any age to take care of themselves, because their friends and family depend on them.
Nice. Harrison, closing remarks. Who would you like to send out to the community?
Sure. If there's anybody that's around my age or younger that's interested, definitely reach out to me. And besides that, there are many people in the chat, and including Rick and Dan, I'm sure many people would be open to mentorship or guidance, offering guidance and their own experience. And I definitely feel like this community is just going to grow, and it's just going to grow into something that's really big. And I'm excited to see where that takes everyone here that's here now.
Excellent. And unfortunately, Ryan couldn't hang out with us tonight, but we'll be back on Ryan's channel in 2 weeks. It was great to see him again tonight. Kind of miss him without him being here. It's very different, very different feel, to be honest. So it'll be great to see him back here in 2 weeks' time. But, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Harrison, for joining us tonight. It's been great and listening to you guys. You guys are going to do great, man. You guys are your channels are going to grow exponentially in the next little while. Trust me, they will. Okay, you guys are going to do great. And everybody here on the stream tonight, thank you guys very much for your comments. As always great to have the family, part of our video here tonight. So until 2 weeks from now, everybody stay safe. Reach out to us on Gen X's Discord, my Discord as well. Thank you very much, guys. Everybody stay safe. Have a great time, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Take care.
Later.